Hi, and welcome to the Effective CTO channel. My name's Raphael, and today we're going to talk about a technique you should use inside your organization that is recommended by even Nobel laureates. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell button so new videos show up. Today we're going to talk about a technique which is recommended by one of my most favorite books, which is Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow. The whole book's theme to me is it talks about human fallacy all the time, our fallacies as human beings. Well, we of course have many problems, and our judgment is often wrong. And he talks about two systems, the fast system and the slow system. So the fast system is when we decide something very quickly. So we use our intuition, and this is sometimes off the mark. But then we have also the slow system, where we can really reason about things and take into account that we are fallible sometimes. And then our judgment is better. Often, not always. Anyhow, we are human beings, are fallible all the time. It's a mess. We are a mess. So what does this mean for projects? So when I get hired for a project, something new, usually the team already prepared something, or the teams have prepared something like a nice roadmap, some deliverables, dates when stuff has to happen and when it will happen, and when we are happy again and everything has been released. So you come to that meeting, you look at the roadmap, you look in the faces of the people, and usually you have the slight feeling that this roadmap is not a roadmap, it's a wish list. And people even don't know it. So what I do very often is I use the technique of pre-mortems. And this is also recommended by Daniel Kahneman. So what is a pre-mortem? Well, the problem is that we as human beings, we are often too optimistic. You know, Team A did a similar project 2 years ago. It thought it can finish it in 2 weeks. It took them 3 months. Now the other team wants to do a very similar project, and they also say, hey guys, we can finish this in 2 weeks. We know that the other team, it took them 3 months, but you know, we are kind of better and we think we can do it in 2 weeks. And if you have this kind of situation, it's very good if you organize a meeting with all the parties that are participating in the project. They all come together, and you as facilitator stand in front of that room and you say, guys, let's imagine in a couple of months ago, this project went wrong. We missed our deadlines, customers and clients were not happy, and it really went wrong. Think about why it went wrong. 15 minutes time, you got some post-its. Think about what went wrong. And what this does, this technique is, it's kind of a playing devil's advocate. So while we as human beings are very, very optimistic, and too optimistic, it puts us in a mental state where we are thinking about the downsides, about the bad things that can happen. So this is very good, because then we can collect potential problems. So once the team has finished and the 15 minutes are over, you collect the post-its and you cluster them on a whiteboard. And usually you see certain patterns evolve. And these are the risky areas. Especially for projects, it's very, very important to also talk about the risks, not about when things is finished and everything is happy, but also talk about how risky something is. Usually if something is risky, you want to start with the risky things first. And well, out of that meeting, out of that pre-mortem meeting, you get the risks, and you can make sure that those risks are represented properly inside the roadmap, and also maybe tackled up front, so that the project success is more certain than before. I use pre-mortems for most of my projects, and it helped me quite a lot to find risks that were not talked about or unknown risks before. Good technique. Would you agree? Or is it just okay to keep going and do this stuff? Let's discuss in the comments.